Drivers, to your cars.
And that burp has been live streamed. I just forgot where this racetrack is. It's in Ontario, but I don't remember what town.
There was a quick yellow
Which
for a
one?
sanctioning body who was willing to let Nashville play out.
Which speedway?
Jukasa Motor Speedway. Was it like Hagersville?
It's in like Hagersville, I think. Yeah.
Welcome to Hagersville, Ontario for Busch Bonanza Series action from Jukasa Motor Speedway. I think at some point here, I guess I have to go over the format for tonight's racing event.
This race felt super staged. They just happened to be live at that shithole bar just in time for Chase to win so they can ring their tornado siren. Lame.
I mean, that's what they set up the entire night for, so it wouldn't surprise me.
So the format...
Reading the Reddit comments.
The format for the event, 2 heats of 27 cars each to set the 33-car field. The top 16 of each heat will be in the main, and then the fastest of the top 20 that doesn't qualify by position in the heat. That's the part that's going to be really difficult to figure out, but that's what we're doing. Which I think basically means that after qualifying for the second heat, you'll kind of know if you're already locked in and even need to run the heat. But AI don't know that shit. So 2 50-lap heats, top 16 of each in the main, and then the fastest top 20 non-qualifier from the heats. That makes sense?
Sure.
It's not confusing at all.
Do whatever you want.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. And hopefully we get some good action. I ran one test race and tinkered the AI a little bit for the day version. The main will be at the night version, so if they're a little too wrecky in the heats, we'll just go to the default settings for the main event. And wouldn't it just work out on the pole for heat number 1, Joe Polson. Outside pole, Glenn Kaufman. On the second
Hill
row,
I will die on. Ross Chastain did nothing wrong.
Okay, Tom Barber and Trey Larkin. Then
R.I.P. that guy on his hill.
Then we've got Chad Glass and Ben White, Rod Weston, and Cristiano De Sa, Jared Chadle, Dylan Luthley, Stephen Lowe, Nate Moorhead, Dwight York and Adam Beresford, Dave Daniels, and whoever the hell that is, Jacob Stumpf, Ziggy Moonglow, Doug Spark, Isaac Groth and Tony Gunk, Reno Jackson, Ryan Pedersen, David Baldinger and Nigel Amaswamy, Stephen Davis, Brian Phillips, and bringing up the tail, everybody's favorite retired referee, John Hussey. Figured he should be on the grid even if he has no chance of making the race. We should see him at least once more this season, right? Alright, engines fired, we're rolling away for the heat.
Boom.
Yeah, it's a shame that A, we don't have this track for iRacing, and B, that apparently they're just going to close up such a nice little racetrack.
Haven't they been talking about shutting it down for a while?
I think they've been talking about shutting it down since they, reopened it, honestly. And the green flag is in the air. Glenn fighting on the outside. And John Hussey's already lost like 4 seconds. Glenn leads the first lap, making that outside work.
This is not a real extravaganza race. We're not bump drafting.
We're not doing 200 miles an hour.
Like a big version of the Coliseum track.
I think Chukasa has a lot more banking than the Coliseum did. And Polson will take the lead from Glenn. Let's see, so the real battle is actually 16th. And here it is, the battle back at 16th place, I think. Yep, that 9 car currently in 16th. But no, iRacing needs to get us some of these short ovals in Canada anyway, because we desperately need more short tracks. We don't have enough. No, it's just we don't have enough tracks in Canada. What do we have? Do we have just 2? I think that's all we've got. We've only got 2 tracks in Canada on iRacing currently. Let's see, Beresford's currently running in 16th. Moonglow's outside the top 16, but here he comes with a run on Beresford. Doug Spark running abysmally. That's not going to help him trying to get through the top 20 points. If he doesn't make the show tonight. Oh, here comes Ziggy.
I am going to go and shower and then heat up some dinner, so I'll be back in several minutes.
Alright, we'll be here bonanzaing, I suppose. Oh, trouble for Glenn.
Yes.
He's real slow down the back. .54 creeping towards pit road. Was running well, but it does not look like the 54 will be in tonight's feature event. And Glenn is now down a lap as Polson has a huge lead. Well, they're going to work on it. So let's see, Beresford currently in the last transfer spot. Got Gunk and Stump behind him as he fights Moonglow. Beresford trying to settle in now and get a gap, hold on to his transfer spot. Gunk closing in on this one car. Moorhead's losing a few spots up here. Beresford might smell some blood in the water. Here comes Gunk, looking for the transfer spot. side by side through 3 and 4. Gunk noses ahead. Doesn't quite clear him off the corner though. Oh, Tony's right there. You can get a good roll to one of these corners, you can get him. Just right there at his door, but he can't quite get the move done. Beresford's holding tough on the outside. Really pinning that 59 down, not letting him get a good run off, but he might have cleared him here. Yeah, he probably could have rolled up, but he didn't. Gotta get clear here. Okay. Roll up. Gunk, you've got the spot. Tony Gunk moves into the 16th spot and will be in the transfer spot. He's now got to look up the road here and see if he can pick off another car, give himself a buffer zone. They're fairly single file up ahead of him. This camera's going to stand a little closer to the track. You know, Jackson trying to work his way forward a little further back. John Hussey losing contact at the back of the field. Jackson will move into the 17th spot. Nope, that's the 18th spot. He's gonna try to get Beresford's first car out. That's right. I know what I'm doing.
I'm just gonna say the South might be the worst part of the country.
Wow, fuck you.
You claim that you're from the Midwest, so
No, I live in the Midwest. I'm from the South.
the South sucks. You see these people at the pool room?
No,
They all suck.
no, let's just chase Elliott fans.
Well, yeah, they are scumbags.
I bet they're Noah Gregson fans too. Like, I'm just disappointed in what Chase did. Like, I get it. It's nowhere near the kind of scumbaggery we saw to Noah freaking Road America. That was just uncalled for. Yeah, these guys at the back are not showing any signs of wanting to get on contact here. Moorhead's starting to fade back a bit. Gunk might start fancying a move on him here because Beresford's going on strong again. Field's getting a little strung out. Oh, Gunk missed the bottom. Here comes Beresford. Coming up on halfway. So Glenn lost 2 laps, getting whatever was wrong with the car sorted. His only real hope now is that some calamity occurs and we knock some cars out of this race. I don't think he's got any other way in. Don't believe he's in the top 20 in points, so they may be packing up the hauler early. 4 car. 35 is going to get lapped here shortly. Yep, here's Polson has caught him. Joe Polson just checked out on this field as he puts John Hussey down a lap. Yeah, that 35 car is just a piece of trash. See, Barber running second. Got Desaw right with him, but there's not much reason for these guys to really race hard for any of the spots that are solid transfers. He'll get kind of strung out. A little disappointingly so. These heats are smaller fields than we'll see in the main. Only 27 cars in each heat. We'll have a full 33 for the main, just like the Indy 500. But they aren't going to start 3 wide, because that's not going to work here. Well, Ziggy's having a look at Isaac up here. Ziggy has raced his way up into the transfer positions. little bit of concern when he was starting as far back as he did. But looks like he'll be just fine. Polson's led nearly every lap. Glenn got either 1 or 2 there at the beginning, but he will not be a factor here at the end, already 2 laps down. Joe Polson looking to dominate the heat, transfer to the main, and maybe bring one home for Canada. The other Canadian, David Baldinger, is not in a transfer spot. He's running near the back. I don't even understand this. He's run okay the few other times we've seen him, aside from Heartland Park, but doesn't have any pace here tonight, this afternoon. Neither does Stephen Davis. That team has been looking like they were on a rebound. They had new factory parts, new paint scheme, everything's looking good for him, but doesn't look like they'll be making the show tonight. Doug Spark, 21st in points, needed to get in his heat, and does not look like he's going to do it at the moment. He's fading back, stuck behind this 9 car. Reno Jackson kind of fading back away from
Oh,
one.
Garrett Smithley was in the 15 today.
Is that who that was? Jeez,
Yeah.
Was there something wrong with that car? I mean, besides,
I don't know. Someone said, I'll never understand why Garrett Smithley is a NASCAR Cup Series driver.
I don't understand how NASCAR lets teams go out there and be that slow. It doesn't look good for the sport. It would be like if the NFL let, a team go out there and just get obliterated every week of the season, not win a game. It'd be like, at a certain point, the league's got to go, okay, what are we doing, guys? Like, do we need to change a rule? Do we need to, give you 14 points to start the game? What do we need to do here? Where are we next week? I already plumb forgot where they're racing next week. Beresford's looking for the spot here. He wants to get around him. Now, finishing 17th, Beresford could still make the feature because he is top 20 in points. So unless another top 20 guy didn't qualify faster and also missed the main, I think he'll make it. There's nobody else in this heat, I believe, that's top 20 that's not making it in. There would be 10 of them. Colson, Desa, White, Weston, Lowe, York, Daniels, Moonglow, and Gunk, I think, are all in the top 20. I think he's okay. I think Beresford might be okay, but it'll be a nail-biting time to the second heat if he needs to rely on that. He'd much prefer to just know he's in. But it does not look like anybody's really getting ready to make any big moves, although there's a bit of a checkup I see in the field ahead of him. Field's catching John Hussey up here, and that's getting him checked up. That might be the catalyst that'll let something happen here towards the back. This is checking the field up a bit. They're not having the easiest time getting around him. They're not having a terribly hard time when they get to him, but he's not making himself the easiest car in the world to pass. Yeah, it's checked up the field. Look at that. We're 3 wide with Moonglow, Shadle, and Moorhead. Tony Gunk's right on that battle.
XCal leaked the name of the first new track that we're running next season.
Oh, what is it?
Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
I'm surprised y'all hadn't been running that already.
Most of the tracks we run are free. That's kind of what the league started with, is we only ran the 7 free tracks.
Yeah, but now it's like we have these tracks that became legacy that were free for people on the service when that happened, but now new people don't get them. So that's gotten a little weird. Oh, we're getting a tight little fight here towards the back transfer spots. Gunk's gonna have a look at Moonglow here. And now Beresford, Reno Jackson's right on him here. We actually have a fight for the transfer spot.
I guess like 2/3 of our schedule this season was free tracks.
Oh, we got a nice little fight here for the transfer spot. They're 3 wide just ahead of him. Ziggy Moonglow trying to hold on to the 16th spot so that he doesn't have to sweat. Adam Beresford's first car outside, but he could still make it in. He's top 20 in points. But he doesn't want to have to sweat through the second heat to find out if he makes it. Reno Jackson to the inside of Beresford now.
Oh, Corey LaJoy's a stooge.
Oh, what did he say?
He's hanging on victory lane with Chase Elliott.
White flag one more time around. Ziggy in the transfer spot, but here comes Reno Jackson. He's going to take it away on the last lap. Reno Jackson moves into the transfer spot. Ziggy tries to swing it around the high side. Nothing doing there. And it looks like Reno Jackson will get the transfer spot. So Ziggy and Beresford both on the outside. We can real quickly find out which one of them is definitively out then. Let's look at our qualifying results. Who qualified higher? Ziggy Moonglow is done. He will not be in the feature. Why are they doing a second cooldown lap? Did I call the race a lap early? I don't think I did. No, they just did an extra cooldown lap for no reason. So cars that transfer from Heat 1. Joel Polson will transfer. I actually did call it a lap early. Alright, I'm an idiot. Ziggy made it in. Beresford now has to wait and see what happens. Trey's not going to make it in. He pitted right at the end for no apparent reason. I don't know what happened there. I got to run that back. What stupidity I missed. Okay, so I guess the white flag was actually for the leader there, and it threw me. So Trey pitted coming to the white from a solid transfer spot. Maybe I didn't screw up the flags. Maybe I missed that Trey was in the pits, because that would have done it. Yeah, so Trey pitted and threw away his transfer spot. And at that moment, Ziggy was 17th because Trey hadn't cycled first. I don't think I actually called it a lap early. I think I called it on the... No, I didn't call it a lap early. Okay, I'm an idiot. So Trey pitting got Ziggy back in, but it'll knock Trey out. Now Beresford has to hope that nobody qualifies faster than him and then also doesn't make it through. Alright, time for heat number 2, and let's see, I guess so that we know. Beresford qualified at a 20.412, so if anybody who's in the top 20 doesn't make it from heat 2 and qualifies faster than that, then Adam Beresford is out. Oh, this could get spicy. Alright, and the winner of Heat 1 was Joe Polson, so time for Heat number 2. Let's see, who do we got in this heat? JT Armstrong, Yori Rodriguez, Lawrence Van Buren,
to your
Connor
cars.
Babel, Jared Mogard, Ron Stout, Brian Lowe, Jack Painter, Curtis Griffin, Chauncey Redmond Jr., Bobby Farrell, Grant Wickersham, Spike Levinson, Charles White, Jonathan Cheeseman, Steve Inkman, Molitor Hill, Broderick Whitman, Troy Torgerson, Alex Stello, Philip Parker, Nate Schuft, Grant Lyde, John Van Thiel, Ronaldo Scott, Brandon Rains, and James DeCourcy will take part in the second heat. And let's see, let's just skim qualifying.
Drivers, to your cars.
Let's see, did anybody qualify slower than Beresford who isn't a top 20 driver? It doesn't look like it. So, if the 10 top 20 drivers all make it through, Beresford should be through. But if any of them miss, Adam Beresford will be out. Alright, starting grid for heat number 2. On the pole, Bobby Farrell. Outside pole, Chauncey Redmond Jr. Second row, Brandon Rains and Steve Inkman. Third row, Alex Stello and Broderick Whitman. Fourth row, Ron Stout and Lawrence Van Buren. Fifth row, Jared Mogard, Jonathan Cheeseman. Sixth row, Philip Parker, Yari Rodriguez. Seventh row, Charles White, Brian Lowe. Eighth row, JT Armstrong and Grant Lyde. Ninth row, Jack Painter and Curtis Griffin. The 10th row, I really need to learn how to count, is John Van Thiel and Connor Babel. 11th row, Molitor Hill and Troy Torgerson. 12th row, James DeCourcy and the new Coast Guard machine and Ronaldo Scott. Penultimate row, Grant Wickersham and Spike Levinson, and at the back, Nate Schuft. And that still took too little time. We will be sitting, waiting for the engines to fire. So, Alex, what tracks in Canada do you think iRacing needs to scan? Interesting. Waiting for the command. Come on. The second I minimize to accelerate time, we'll get the command. So I'll just wait.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines fired up on the grid. 50 laps to decide who will be in tonight's Pinty's 250 from Jukasa. Now looks like the whole field will roll away. Ow, as I kick myself in the heel. Pace car peeling off. And we are green from Jukasa in heat number 2. Redmond eases ahead down the back stretch. And Chauncey will pull into the lead ahead of Bobby Farrell. Two by two through most of the field. Nobody getting dropped in this one like we saw in the first heat. Might be a little bit more competitive of a heat this time. Battle for second here. Inkman's making that high side work. And he might just clear him here off into turn 1, and he will. Stello now to the outside of Farrell. Currently in the transfer spot, Jack Painter running P16. Costello working him on the outside. He might get him here into turn one. High side working for some of these guys. Changes at the transfer spot. Troy Torgerson is now the last car in. Yori Rodriguez on the outside looking in. We'll go back to that battle here in a moment. But this is a nice little battle up near the front. Redman is checking out on this field, and this battle for third is settling down. Let's work our way back to the transfer spot. Nice gaggle of cars here around the transfer spot. Painter looking at the inside. He's in the transfer spot, but this is not a comfortable spot to be with how angry the field is around this transfer spot. The field has not really sorted itself out at this point in the race. And Torgerson is going backwards now. Nobody's really losing touch with the line in front of him now. Here comes Painter. So Painter currently in the transfer spot in that 33 machine. Torgerson trying to get established and maybe make a gap here. If they can get a little strung out, maybe they'll get comfortable. Torgerson now going to the outside of this 51 machine. Outside has been working in this heat. Is he going to make this work? Painter might try to follow him through if he does. He's made it work. Here comes Painter on the outside. 51 gets a good run through the center though, but just can't get the run off. Gets a good run through the center. He just does not get down the straightaway though because he has to pinch down. Here comes Painter. Look at how good that thing rolls the center though. I think this is the gaggle that's going to determine the transfer spot. Torgerson might have finally gotten away from him. The 33 is the last car in at the moment. Whoa, really goes in there deep. Here comes Molitor Hill. Molitor Hill's going to try to take the transfer spot away. I think he's done it. This 51 might be in trouble. Here comes the 82 now. Alright. So Molitor Hill now in the transfer spot. JT Armstrong on the outside. Car's trying to get around him. But Molitor Hill is now the last car in with 18 laps on the board. JT doesn't look all that happy with his car. 82's gotten through. He is now first one out, looking for a way in as Hill sits on the bubble. And all the while, Beresford sitting on the hot seat. JT Armstrong fading back. He did qualify faster than Beresford. He is a top 20 car, if my memory is completely wrong. If he ends up outside the top 16, Beresford will be going home. Armstrong just not making that car work on the high side like some others have. Tires might be fading on him. Hill would desperately like to get around him, build a little bit of comfort here. Painter working on that 5 car. And here comes the 82, slowly creeping up on this battle. Grant would love to get into this show tonight. Armstrong gets down to the bottom. This car just doesn't seem to stick though. So Armstrong's slipping back. Hill's now on his bumper, and there's a conga line of cars behind him. The 82's been coming forward just a wee bit. Here comes the 82. Look, gonna have a look at Hill here in the next lap or two. 5 car seems to be holding up Molitor Hill. Cars ahead getting a little bit smaller, but now a big gap to the 5. I think Molitor missed the corner there in 1 and 2. Lawrence Van Buren's fading back here ahead of him as well. Got some comers and goers here, so we're past halfway. Not a bad time to be a comer, bad time to be a goer. You need to be going forward, not coming back now. That 8 car's losing spots quick. Painter's just about done with him. Getting a little stacked up here in front of Hill. He's going to go to the inside of Armstrong. So in this battle, the 5 doesn't have as much to fight for. I think, based on qualifying results, that would he drop to 17th or even dead last, that I think he'd still be in the heat tonight. The heat, the main. Not the heat, this is the heat. Whereas Molitor Hill and Grant Lyde need to fight for it here. Inside 20 to go. Pack dude's pulling away from this group here on that 33. This 8 is holding him up. Both heats so far have been very green. No caution in the first heat, and we have not gotten one in the second heat either. Hill slips up the track. Here comes Lyde on the inside, the 82 machine. Can't really get it done, but that might let the 66 try the outside here. That might give him away around the 5. Or it might check both of them up and let JT and Lawrence get away. Grant lied into the transfer spot for the time being, but this fight is not over. It'll be 15 to go this time around. Grant wants this spot. Rodriguez slowly closing in on both of them. And Hill's going to get the spot back and hold off the attack, but here comes another round. Here comes the 82 again. 66 clears him once more. Boy, the best thing the 66 can do is pass the 5. Because the 5 can sit on the bubble and not really... I don't think he needs to worry about it. I think he's safely in now. Because it doesn't look like any other top 20 guys are going to fall out here. But there is nothing safe. You could always see a mechanical issue for somebody up ahead. Here comes Hill looking to the bottom of the 5. Trying to put Armstrong onto the bubble. Coming to 10 to go, and I think he's got him. Molitor Hill moves up a spot. JT Armstrong onto the bubble, but like I said, he's top 20 in points and qualified faster than Beresford. As long as nothing weird happens ahead, he'll be in no matter what happens. It'd be kind of interesting to see somebody top 20 in points not make the feature. It would really shake up the points, but Tony Pizarro will not be happy about that if he loses a pass. Alright, Grant gonna have anything for him here? JT trying to get back around the 66. Gonna get him checked up. This could give Grant an opportunity. Laps are running out. 5 gets real checked up trying to do it and can't find the spot. 82 runs high but doesn't really get anything for it. Buren's starting to check uphill again. Hill's going to go to the inside of Van Buren up there. Grant is all over this 5 car. And Hill's making himself more breathing space up there. The 8's fading. Not a good time to be fading. Here comes the 5. To tail now. Rodriguez is pulled up on this battle. There's not many laps to go here. Somebody's got to make a move soon, otherwise it's going to be all over. Grant gets a little bit of a run that time to 1 and 2, but can't get there. 5 drifts a little high. Here comes the 82. But he's not going to get the run off, is he? Nope, no run off for the 82. But he's about as close as he's been. Now the 82 drifts high. And we're back to status quo. Coming to 2 laps to go, and now the 6 is on the inside of the 82. That white flag's not for them. I'm not making that mistake twice. Battle for 17th. That's going to give JT the breathing space. I think it's all over with Brian. And we got one blowing up near the back. I think that was Wickersham blowing up. That shouldn't make any difference. White flag in the air. JT, the last car in. Grant going to get one try at him here in 3 and 4. Not close enough. JT slips up a little bit. Here comes the 82. Not enough of a run. JT will hold on to keep the transfer spot. And I think that means Beresford is safely in, and that was Wickersham that we saw with an engine failure right at the end. I think so. We'll take a look here, and we'll update you with full scoring momentarily. And Chauncey Redmond Jr. did win that. Aikman was second. All right, let's take a look and see who is in. Okay, let's get these exports up. Okay, there we go. Forgot where I was looking for my export. Exports. Okay, let's lock in our drivers. Select none. Dave Daniels. Basic growth. Six. Moorhead. Gunk. And Moonglow. And then Chauncey Redmond Jr., Steve Inkman, Alex Stillo, Mogard, what are you sending me here, Alex?
What?
What did you send me?
Just a link. I know you can't see it, but I don't want to have to look for it later, so
Okay,
I just put it in the chat.
I'm setting up the rosters for the main, so I actually could see it.
Oh. I assume someone will later. Spears said he'd come back.
Yeah, and then Zach's coming back after he does all that stuff he was doing. I won't be surprised if Tony pops on at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dalton got on.
Oh, Dalton, oh, Dalton, oh, Dalton?
I watch none of them are going to come on.
Nope, we've just jinxed it. No one else shows up tonight. I'm surprised JB hasn't been on, but maybe he's
John's dead because his cousin's there or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah,
Still?
it sucked. Yeah. He said till the end of the month.
You know what's weird? I don't know what that's like. I don't have any cousins.
I don't have any. Well, I have like one true cousin.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't even have any fake cousins. -66. Molitor Hill. And Buren. And JT Armstrong. Okay. Now let me look at point standings, make sure I know who the top 20 is. Ziggy. Yeah, I think Adam Beresford was the only one that wasn't top 20 in points that didn't race his way in, so he will get in. I missed a car in there somewhere. Who did I miss? Because that should have been 33, and I only got 32. Damn it! Now I gotta go through and check it all again. Sure, I'll find one that I missed. Joe Polson's there. Joanna Desa's there. Tom Barber, yes. Ben White. Got him. Rod Weston, yes. Dwight York. Yep. Stephen Lowe. Yep. Dave Daniels. Yeah. Isaac Groth. Got him. Chad Glass. Yeah. Dylan Luthley. Yep. Jared Shadle. Yes. Nate. Yeah, he's in. Tony Gunk. Got him. Reno Jackson. That's what I forgot. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now let's go delete the wrong roster before I accidentally select it. It's gone. Oh, I hope these AI race well the night version. Should be about the same, maybe a little bit different. Alright, we'll let them qualify while I get a drink.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alex, assuming Spears does come back, would you be interested in some trucking tonight?
Possibly, yeah.
Alright, I'm getting ready here shortly. We'll be starting the 250 lap feature event from Chicasa.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, cars are on the grid for tonight's Pinty's 250 from Jukasa. On the pole, Jack Painter. Starting second, Chauncey Redmond Jr. Third, Joe Polson. Fourth, Jared Mogard. Fifth, Bobby Farrell. Sixth, Cristiano De Sa. Seventh, Reno Jackson. Eighth, Brian Lowe. Ninth, Broderick Whitman. 10th, Molitor Hill. Starting 11th, Dylan Luthley. 12th, Brandon Rains. 13th, Stephen Lowe. 14th, Dave Daniels. 15th, Dwight York. 16th, Stephen Inkman. 17th, Chad, is that Chad Glass? I always get Chad Glass and the other one confused. That is Chad Glass. 17th, Troy Torgerson. I just lost my count again. What position was Troy Torgerson? He was 18th, right? No. I'm an idiot. And don't know how to count. Troy Torgerson's 18th. No, I can't count. Okay. 19th, John Cheeseman. 20th, Alex Stello. 21st, JT Armstrong. 22nd, that is Ben White. That's his name. 23rd, Philip Parker. 24th, Tony Gunk. 25th, Jared Chadle. 26th, Ron Stout. 27th, Ziggy Moonglow. 28th, Adam Beresford. 29th, Nate Moorhead. 30th, Tom Barber. 31st, Rod Weston. 32nd, Isaac Groth. And bring up the rear in 33rd, Lawrence Van Buren. And that is your starting grid for the Pinty's 250 presented by Pinty's. And the number 250. I left my drink in the kitchen. Alright, should be getting the command to start engines here shortly. Like any moment now.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the engines fire. And the pace car rolls away. Looks like the whole field will get away from the grid. We've got them lined up double wide. 250 laps of intense short track action from Canada. Pace car is in. Painter leads him to the green, and we are green from Jukasa. And Chauncey Redmond Jr. will jump out to an early lead. He won his heat race. The winner of the other heat race, Joel Polson, now up behind Painter. Bogard trying for the second spot on the outside of Painter. The outside was working there in Heat 2. And the 15 will move into second. Going back a little bit, battle for fifth. Desa trying to get it on the outside, and I think he's just going to clear Farrell here past the start-finish line this time around. Reno Jackson next in line on the outside trying to make a move. He's working on Broderick Whitman now. Field working its way to sort it out here. A lot of 3 wide back further in the field. Brian Lowe all the way up at the top of the racetrack. Molitor Hill also up on the high line. They're making it work. 3 wide shouldn't really work around a place this tight, but they're doing it. Looking a little more frantic here on the initial start, even though this is a much longer race than the heats. Still a little unsettled here towards the back. There is a little bit more cause for desperation back here. They need to get going, get established, because the leader will be coming. Redmond out in the lead by 3/4 over Mogard. You see plenty of leaders. Let's look at some of these guys that are a little further back. Moonglow not making good progress at the moment. Neither is Beresford. Beresford did not run as well as he would have liked his heat. He only got in by being the fastest qualifying time of the top 20 to not make it by position. So he was very lucky to even be in this race. If Moonglow had not made a transfer spot, Beresford would have been out. Rod Weston not running very well either. Tom Barber ran pretty well in his heat, and he's back here at the tail end. Van Buren got in barely. He was fading at the end of his heat race. And they've not recaptured the pace that he had at the beginning or qualifying in his heat, as he is tailing Charlie on the field. We're still getting 3 wide back here. Redmond's starting to stretch it out a little bit up front. Work our way up through the field here a little bit. I think Jack Painter might be a bit of a roadblock. Big gap forming ahead of him. Well, they're not right up on him. These guys just are losing a little bit of contact with the leaders. And up front, Redmond continues to lead, starting to stretch it out just a wee bit. He will catch the back of the field though before too long. Last place, 14 and a half back. Only about 7 some odd seconds ahead of the leader. Let's run through the field here a little bit. Leading is that 40 machine of Chauncey Redmond Jr. He's got just under a second lead on the second place car, number 15 of Jared Mogard, who's got a decent buffer now back to the 33 of Jack Painter. Winner of Heat 1, Joel Polson, running in 4th. Just behind him, Cristiano De Sa in the number 18 machine. Then we got Bobby Farrell in the 42, running P6. P7, Reno Jackson just snuck in his heat and is now running 7th. 77 in 7th, sponsored by a casino. Do you think that's a coincidence? Of course it is. In 8th, Stephen Lowe in the number 24 machine. Solid run so far. In 9th, Roderick Whitman, trying to work his way forward now in that 68 machine. 10th, we got Dylan Luthley. A little bit of pressure behind him. Here comes Brandon Rains right up to his bumper. Rains running 11th in that 86 Allstate machine. He's got John Cheeseman in the 55 right on his bumper. Just behind them, the 23, Brian Lowe. Got Molitor Hill on his back bumper and Dave Daniels on Hill's bumper. Here comes Daniels on the bottom in that 0 machine. Not quite the run he needs to get alongside. Just behind Dave Daniels, we got the 36 of Chad Glass in the Destination Canada machine, hoping for a good finish. Surprise winner out at Road America. We'll have to see if maybe he can get another good finish here for the home sponsor. Running 17th at the moment, the 57 of Steve Inkman. Been kind of an up and down season for him. In 18th, we got JT Armstrong on the number 5 GoDaddy machine. Finally got a new paint scheme a few weeks back. It's looking sharp, but it hasn't been getting the finishes he'd like it to get. Just behind Dwight York has been on fire recently. Really shot up through the standings in the past few weeks. But 19th, not quite where he'd like to be running at this junction. That was the wrong goddamn button. Alright, there we go. That's where we're trying to be. Phil Parker, the 79, running 20th. Got Tony Gunk looking at him here. But no move forthcoming. Gunk in the 59, running 21st. Got Alex Stello behind him in the 72. Ziggy Moonglow, 23rd. Not what we expected out of this driver. Earlier in the season, he had been very quick at the shorter tracks, the more driver-focused tracks, but hasn't been as quick recently. I don't know what's happening with the 0-2 team, but they've just not had that same form that they had earlier in the season. Behind him, Troy Torgerson, that's 69. Torgerson's sort of been up and down in points all season. Ben White, that's 25th place for that number 19 machine. Been kind of sneaky good runs out of this car for the last month or two. We'll have to see if that continues tonight, as we've got a move behind him. Ron Stout going around Adam Beresford. Beresford's going to fight back on the outside. Trying to make it tough on him. The outside does work pretty well here, but will be working well enough to hold on to this spot. Eric Marrow's dueling it out. I think Stout's gonna get him. And Stout will move up a spot. Beresford will lose one. That'll put Beresford back to 27th, and here comes Shadle in the 23. Just not been a good day for Adam Beresford. I don't know, something seemed like it was off the moment they unloaded up here in Canada. And this is just not the kind of finish you expect out of this car. Hopefully he can work his way up. Still plenty of laps to do it. Now we have no idea up here in the booth what fuel mileage is going to look like. I'm going to guess they can probably go about halfway on fuel. So it's probably a one-stop race. Isaac Groth moves himself up in the 64, putting 73 back a spot. Nate Moorhead in the 10, trying to get around the 7 machine. We've got the leader has caught the back of the field. So we were going through the field, and shortly the leader will be too. These guys in the back showing a little bit of urgency, realizing the leader is on them. And the 15 is close right up on the leader as he's trying to work his way around the outside of this 8 car. And Lawrence Van Buren will be the first car to get lapped tonight at Jukasa for the Pinty's 250. 33 laps on the board as we work 34. Now that we're in traffic, we're basically going to spend the rest of the night in it. I don't foresee a gap opening on track that Redmond's going to find himself running in. He's going to spend the rest of this time looking forward and looking back at the same time as he works traffic and has to defend from behind. Next car he's got to lap is that 27 Subway Charger of Tom Barber. Barber, like I said earlier, this is not the kind of run that he would have expected with how well he ran in his heat. He's now just sort of holding on. Camera from the top of the grandstands can kind of give you an idea of the size of the facility. It's just over a half a mile, but not as expansive as some of the super speedways, and certainly nowhere near as big as Road America. There goes Redmond looking for the inside on the 27. And try to roll by him here at the center of the corner. Doesn't quite do it, but I don't think there's much room for Mogard to go around both of them here. So he's just going to have to wait patiently. Redmond just about clear, should have him here by the apex of 3, and I think he's actually got him before the turning point. At this point of the race, of the run I should say, it's going to be basically cars covering the entire racetrack. There's not really any openings out there. You're just going to have to run with what's there. Might be a little space here ahead of the 73, but you got to get there first for that 40 car. Trying to work his way through traffic. 2 cars now laps down. The 8 and the 23 have lost laps already. 7 is the next car to lose a lap in the order. And Redmond's going to be working on him. Last half of our schedule here does have a good number of short tracks, so maybe seeing what we're going to see a lot of the rest of the season, because we got some tracks fairly similar to this coming up that this kind of run's got to make Redmond feel good about them. We do have South Boston coming up later in the season. That's one I can pick up right off that a good run here may translate. North Wilkesboro coming up. Do have a race in the Milwaukee Mile coming up. I don't know that much will transfer from here, but it's a similar amount of banking, maybe a little bit faster of a track. He's now to the outside of the 7, gonna try to get it done on the high side. Seems like he's been going both sides on these lap cars and making it happen. Isn't quite gonna clear him there. But he should be in good shape here to get him eventually. 15 not really putting much pressure on. I think he's going to clear the 7 down the main straight here. No, yes. No, not quite. 7 got a good run through the middle there. Really fighting to stay on the lead lap in case a yellow were to come out. Racing's been pretty clean throughout the main and through both heats. And we're nearing 50 laps in, so we're nearing about the distance of what the heats were. So we might start seeing some different changes to the cars occur now. There were comers and goers in the heats, but this main will be have a substantially longer run than what we saw in either heat, as the 7 is now a lap down. Next car on the line to lose a lap is going to be the 10, although he's trying to get around the 73. Let's see if we can ride on board with this 40 machine on the front bumper cam. Take a look at the inside of the 10 car. Can't get the power down on exit. The 10 will stay on the lead lap for now. The cars just sort of float up a little bit there through the center. Probably a little better in keeping it pinched. To keep it pinched, you're not going to carry as much speed. Floated up the track there a little bit. I was expecting to cut to the exterior camera and find a car to his inside, but nope. Mogard has not gotten around the 7, so Redmond does have a little bit of breathing space here in the 40. He'd like to put a few more cars between him and second place. Moorhead slides up here a little, but nothing the 40 can really do about it just yet. Working on this 10, trying to get this as another lap car between him and the rest of the field. But the bottom's just not working out. Tires might be starting to fade. We are now beyond the distance we ran in the heats, and Mogard is trying to get around the 7. Field getting somewhat strung out, which is not going to be all that helpful for the 40. If they were going to stay a little gaggled up, that would actually give him a chance to find some clean track, but I don't think there's going to be any clean track without a caution. So we've now run over 150 laps this afternoon and this evening at Jukasa, and we have not seen a yellow flag yet. Am I jinxing it? Probably. But it gives you an idea of how courteous these guys have been running. They've been running hard, but nobody has been doing anything all that silly. A little bit of 3 wide here and there throughout these races, but respectful 3 wide. And we've got an engine failure. It looks like Molitor Hill pulling down to the pit lane, smoke billowing from the 66 machine. And this might be our first mechanical failure, our first DNF of the race. We do stay green. Officials don't seem to think he's put down any oil on the racing surface. Pulling to his crew. Looking down there. Throat cut, hand gesture. It is day done for the number 66. That is our first retirement from Jukasa and engine failure on lap 54 for the 66 machine. That will put him down to 33rd spot. Don't know if we'll see too many more mechanical failures. Tonight we saw a handful of mechanical issues during the heats. Elfman had an issue, no failure on that car. Double O had an issue right at the end of his as well. As the 7 now fighting back to try to get his lap back from Redmond. Don't know if that's going to really work for him. And here comes Jared to the outside of the 7. This might actually help Jared get around the 7 more than it's going to hurt the positioning of the 40. The 10 looking high. We're just getting a little stacked up behind these lap cars, but the ones ahead of them would love to see these guys fight the leaders and buy them more time. The inside of the 10. Chauncey needs to get this move done because the 15 is coming now. He just cannot get around this 10 car. The 10 car is holding tough. The 10 keeps sliding up a little bit in the corners. One of these lefts, the 40 might get enough of a run to get around him. Let's go up to the chopper cam. Let's see if we can maybe get a different perspective looking down to kind of get an idea where these guys are actually running on the track. So you see they're not pinned to the very bottom because that's really going to bind the car up if you run that far down. So kind of letting it float up a little bit, it's going to give you a better drive off. And it seems like the bottom's just not quite strong enough with anything close to even cars to work, so it's not like you need to defend it too heavily. It'll roll through the center a little better. Let's see, is Redmond going to clear him? He finally gets around this 10 car. He needs to clear himself up here. He's going to stay clear, and he's going to put the 10 a lap down and start creating more buffer as the 15's faded back. The 7 actually got around him. see, it's gonna make the 73 be the next victim. Ooh, Redmond right to his bumper, gives him a little nudge. Say, hey, I'm the leader. Let's just get out of the way. Let me through. Not quite gonna get clear here, but I think he's gonna clear him at the apex at 3. Yeah, he cleared him real. Nope, not quite. Now he's got him. That's now a 3-car buffer that Redmond has for the second place machine. If the guys behind him are going to race like that, that's going to help him get away. So the next car up the road that he's going to be looking at is Ben White. He's got a little bit of a few laps, I think, before he's going to get there. Let's take a look at this onboard looking back, just sort of see what the 15's having to deal with. The 18's actually also caught up with the 15. Traffic not really doing any favors for Derek back there. Helping Cristiano get himself a little closer to the lead. Joe Polson still running in 5th. Would like to get a little further forward. Would like to win on home soil. But even 5th is a pretty good showing. So just the one car out we saw earlier, Molitor Hill with an engine failure. Pit reporter reports that it sounds like the whole motor just wasn't a single part failure. It seems like the whole thing just went to pieces all at once. Sounds like he may even have ended up with a hole in the crankcase with some oil pouring onto the headers. But looks like none of it ended up out on the track, which is good. I haven't had any reports from any drivers that the track felt slippery after, and we've run enough laps if there was oil out there. I think we'd have found it, as the 19 now loses a lap to the leader. Now the traffic now is kind of being the best friend for Chauncey Redmond Jr. He's actually got a decent gap ahead of him before he's going to catch anybody else. Next car up the road is Isaac Groff.
250 laps?
Yeah, it's the Pinty's 250, presented by Pinty's.
Did Chase Elliott get DQ'd yet?
I don't think so.
Do you want to see Truex?
I just don't want to see Chase win.
Where's the Cup Series race next?
New Hampshire, Shire.
That might be pretty good.
We got Xfinity, the Haggerty Xfinity Series, Busch, Wide, Direct TV. For the, oh my god, it's the Crayon 200. Fuck yeah, dude.
What?
2:30 on USA next Saturday. Be there.
What is the sponsor?
The Crayon 200.
I don't know what that is.
What the? What is? What? Okay. Crayon, optimize your cloud technologies.
Well, that settles it then, huh?
Boo! Give me crayons or crayons or whatever the fuck you call them. It was the Am Better Vaccinated 200 last year, because that just screams NASCAR demographic. Get your vaccines. No. I want your fucking micro machines in my bloodstream.
Micro machines.
No, like, I don't know. Like, I Google crayon, and like, obviously, you know, crayons, you know, like Crayola, like coloring book stuff. And then I get
Are you saying
cloud
crayon?
technologies.
Are you saying crayon or cryon?
I don't know. Crayons?
You're gonna have to spell it.
Crayon.
Yeah, sure enough.
A stick of pigmented wax used for writing or drawing. Crayola.
What's the cup race sponsored by this coming weekend?
Hoping for Elmer's blue, but we'll see. Oh, it's the Ambetter 301. Ambetter. What is Ambetter?
Poor grammar.
Ambetter offers affordable health insurance plans through the health insurance marketplace.
That sounds like some of that there Obamacare nonsense.
I thought we deleted that. And that race is gonna be Sunday at 3 on USA.
And then we've got what, the Honda Indy Toronto, right? On Peacock.
Honda
so no
Indy
one can watch it.
Toronto. Well, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find an illegal Twitch stream or something. He said
Yeah,
we're
that-
being recorded on YouTube.
That race is gonna also be on Sunday at Reed. Because, you know, we're just gonna go head to head with NASCAR and win, even though we're on Peacock. Actually, no, nobody gives a fuck on IndyCar unless it's the Indy 500.
I've always liked Toronto.
I mean, I care about IndyCar, but the average fan is not gonna care.
Let's see, no trucks.
No, we are off this week. We have another off week. Holy shit, what are those? And then we get a double dosage of Pocono and Erp. Pocono.
Two very similar racetracks.
Yes, yes.
Wow, Adam Beresford's about to get lapped.
Welcome.
He barely made the feature. Like, if Ziggy had lost, I think, 1 or 2 spots and been outside, Adam Beresford would have been out. Would have been hilarious.
What's amazing to me is that Ohio is the only, aside from Knoxville, Mid-Ohio is the only standalone truck race in which a cup event doesn't take place within an hour of it. Kind of count IRP, but it's Indianapolis. All the big crews are going to be there. It's not a standalone.
Are you saying within an hour distance-wise?
Sure.
Or, like, the cup races, there's a cup on-track event within an hour?
I'm talking about where the cup race takes place that weekend.
Okay.
Every race we've had this year except Knoxville and Mid-Ohio is a companion race. Fucking dumb. I want... go to Saugus, next to later. Just paint the lines. Imagine Saugus nowadays do that. Ooh. Some jackass just gets pissed off and goes driving straight across the track.
Oh, see, I was thinking, like, the surface is probably not very raceable.
Ah, no, it's plenty raceable. Any more or less raceable than Auto Club and fucking Atlanta was for a while. Like down by LA, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's a little ways north of LA, but it is down in that region. Well, if I'm ever in LA...
Once you're done asking yourself, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah, it's for the Auto Club truck race.
When was the last time they ran trucks there?
2009?
I was gonna say, was it about the last time they ran a night race there?
Auto Club was a staple of the Truck Series schedule for years. It was actually the finale for a while until they moved everything to Homestead in 2002. Fontana Trucks. Their last race there was 2009. 2009 was like the last good year for trucks. That was the last year we had an Auto Club. Last year we had Milwaukee. Last year we had Memphis. Pretty much the last year we had IRP in Nashville. I think that was the last year, 10 was 10. 10 was the last year we had Gateway for a little while. Of course, all the cool tracks, Milwaukee, Memphis, IRP, Nashville, were all won by Ron Hornet.
That's why they had to get rid of him. Kyle Busch wasn't winning those races.
He wasn't running those races. I don't think.
I feel like he might have been running those Nashville races.
Yeah, 'cause I think that was an off week for Cup for a while. He did not run Milwaukee or Nashville in 2009. He did not run Memphis. Oh, I guess Kentucky, because Kentucky was its own thing back in those days. He did not run either. Probably ran IRP. Yes, he ran IRP.
You know what tracks I haven't even noticed are missing from the Cup schedule?
Chicagoland and Kentucky.
Yep, hadn't noticed.
I kind of miss Chicago, but I don't miss Kentucky. I still want to see an Indy race there, though. I think that'd be kind of fun. It'd be like Texas without the stupid peanut butter and jelly.
I am not happy that they really are seeming like they want to do a street race in Chicago. Like, that's just... if it's that track we have on iRacing, it's not going to be good. That track is just not very good.
I think they're going to make some changes to it or some tweaks,
so.
But the only thing I can hope for as far as good that can come from a Chicago street circuit race is if it means Indy races there too, like the same or next weekend or something. I think an Indy race there would be pretty lit.
Yeah, it's just the circuit they designed anyway for iRacing has a couple of fun corners, but the rest of it's just... Oh my god, we've got a caution. Big crash on the front stretch.
Oh no.
And the leader just got a part of it.
Fuck him. Damn.
36 is all tore up. Adam Beresford with a ton of damage. Let's roll it back and figure out what happened. I've been lulled into a false sense of security that we were going to go green all night, and I think Brian Lowe got turned. Brian Lowe's... Something's wrong with the car here. He's way off pace, and he just turns down in front of Inkman and gets wrecked. And then they piled into each other. Yeah, Brian Lowe just sat there, I think, until they towed him. Yeah, something happened to the 23 car, and that caused a big crash. Because the 23 was clearly slow, and I think was trying to get to the apron here, but didn't get there. And then we got cars sideways in the middle of the front stretch, guys bouncing off each other. The flags are waving. 36 gets hooked around. 22 gets pile driven. Yeah, Redmond hit the 22 pretty good. Let's get a onboard from somebody a little further back here. Figure out what they saw. How about an onboard of the one car? So we see cars going around. We're just not checking up. We're just driving full tilt into this, huh? Well, at least that means we got to see the nice custom flags I made for this track. Yeah, the leader's coming along. Yeah, that's a decent amount of damage. We'll have to see who hits here. I think most of the field will be in for fuel, because there's no way you can do 250 laps on fuel. Yep, Redmond's coming in. Where's the rest of the field? Jeez. Yeah, it looks like all the lead lap cars came in. I think some guys, because we haven't got sorted at the back, are going to pit and lose a lap here. They are trying to fix this 23 car. 007 having a hard time getting to his pit. He picked up a little damage somewhere. Yeah, I think some of these guys at the back of the field are going to be in danger of losing a lap here. Yep, Isaac's gonna go right through the stop sign. Right through the stop sign we go. And now we have a go signal, but I think they all lost a lap there.
Tech is done, no issues, Chase wins.
Whoops. Missed the restart. So it put Isaac in front of the field. That's lovely. But Chauncey Redmond Jr. is actually the leader. And Lawrence Van Buren at a late stop is just getting going as the green comes out. He's already a lap down, so who cares? And the 15 dives to the pits. Is this for fuel or something wrong with this car? He had been running second almost all night, and he is now making a either untimely or unscheduled pit stop. Either way, it's not ideal.
Ideal door.
Is that a brand of doors?
They make garage doors, they sell them at Menards.
Say big money at Menards. Well, no tires going on this thing. Fuel only. That's gotta be strategy then, but that's a piss poor strategy. He's gonna resume one lap down. And Desad just made an unscheduled stop. I think these guys are pitting for fuel. That, I guess we're borderline on fuel, and the AI have decided that, yeah, we'll pit here. See, I think the one is out. I don't see him circulating and showing multiple laps down. We're not quite live, but you know what? Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah, the one is out. Beresford and Hill are the only ones out of this race. Redmond has a massive lead now. And has most of the lap cars between him and Painter in second. Has a decent amount of damage, but I'm not sure that he's really holding them up. 64 has some damage too. 5 is missing a hood back there. It's not like aero really matters around here. As long as the engine's okay, you should still be fine. 5-second lead now for the leader, and I was worried that damage was going to hurt it. Doesn't look like it has.
You want to take the blackout challenge?
No, I think I'm good.
Don't want to hold your breath until you pass out?
I like that this has come back, by the way. This was a thing in like 2004. And apparently it's come back.
Yeah.
And you know, kids are dead because of it. And it's just demonstrating why you can't let social media anywhere near your kids, because social media ain't gonna fucking... How should I phrase this? Ain't gonna moderate their fucking platform to make sure that shit like that's not floating around.
And kids are too fucking stupid.
Kids
Because they're kids.
Yeah, kids
And they're
have no
stupid.
real understanding of what can happen when you do dumb things.
What do you mean eating a 9-volt battery isn't good for me?
No, well, yeah, there was the stick a fork in an outlet challenge that's happened with some kid recently, where like their mom was at least supervising them. They were asking Alexa or something to give them a challenge, and Alexa told them to stick a fork in an outlet. It's like, okay. No, did you see the story out of, I think it was Philadelphia, about the group of teenagers that beat a man to death with a traffic cone?
Sweet. I mean, that's not very nice.
None of them have been caught, but it was caught on video, so I'm sure they're all gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because murder is bad, okay?
It is indeed.
Well, I don't know what happened to Brian Lowe that caused him to get slow and then wreck the whole field, but he seems okay now.
You alright? And up on the back end.
I'm trying to think what other stupid ass things the kids been doing for years. Oh, unscheduled stop for the 58. I'm not even sure these are unscheduled. I think these are interesting strategy calls for fuel that are not well thought out for the AI when you're at a short track and the yellow basically ends your day. I'm trying to think of some of the dumbass shit I heard about guys and gals doing when I was growing up. But you know, the issue now is like these stupid things kids come up with, they can just share and all of a sudden everybody's doing them. You know, you saw a little while back, I don't remember how long ago, it was I don't know if they were YouTubers or TikTokers, what platform they were on, that did the, and I quote, 24 hours in Target challenge?
Yes.
Where first off, even what they claimed to do wasn't spend 24 hours at Target. They didn't even spend all the time they claimed in Target, and then they got arrested. I don't know what they actually got sentenced to. But it's like...
Spending 48 hours in a Target?
Yeah, there you go. It's like, I don't understand why this is something you're even like, thinking, oh, this will be a fun video. Like, what's the point of this? Why are we filming ourselves doing illegal shit? Battle for third. Here comes Brandon Rains. I'm Roger Whitman.
Yeah, so I'm doing what you suggested. I'm just going to make a file for myself with custom numbers. I'll just upload the non-custom numbers version. Because now that I actually see a truck that I'm painting with the actual team style numbers on them, I'm like, oh damn, that actually looks a whole lot better.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame that iRacing doesn't have functionality to let you, like, stamp a PNG of a number on, so that, like, oh, this is, if I get my preferred number, I want it to look like this, otherwise just use the iRacing style.
Yeah.
Oh, the 86 just got turned on the backstretch.
Ooh, that's not good.
Car around middle of the backstretch, and we have a caution. And they're going by on either side as he tries to get going again. Well, anybody that pitted, that's your race shot in the foot. And Chauncey Redmond Jr. will come around to take the yellow, and there goes a 9-second lead that he had built. I think anybody that needed to pit will do it now, as the pace car hasn't rolled. Hey, pace car, you gonna... There it goes. Pace car just took forever to get going. Chauncey is now waiting on the pace car. He's still waiting. The pace car is going to go through the pits. No, it's not. Just kidding. Let's see, any takers to pit lane here? 33 coming in. '68 coming in. Those look like they might be our only takers here under this caution. Nope, the 42 is going to come in and almost certainly lose a lap if it's not a splash and go. Looks like 4 tires for the 33 and the 68. And Painter will get going again without losing a lap, and it looks like so will Whitman. And now we have some takers the second time by. Looks like Redmond's coming the second time by for reasons.
New player.
42's taking 4 tires, so he's going to go down a lap. And he'll blow the stop sign at the end of pit road, too.
Hello, dog.
What goodie.
Not much, just hanging out.
That's us.
How you doing, JB?
I'm doing so great. How are you?
Yeah, I've been worse, I've been better.
Yeah.
So now Ziggy is the race leader. That's interesting.
I was about to mock him, but I don't know anything that he said.
Yeah, we never really were on the same team speak server with him, were we?
It's just slow as fuck.
I don't know, he felt like he was one of like one or two people there we ever had to race from time to time. Lights out on the pace car, we're gonna get him doubled up. But it's gonna put a lap car at the front of the field, cool. I don't even know where it's lining Ziggy up. It's lining him up like 7th or 8th on the outside. That could get interesting. Like half the field's lining up ahead of the leader. This will be an interesting restart. Pace car's in.
How was your day, dog?
Ring, ring, ring.
Diet.
What'd you do?
Got up, went to Best Buy, bought my cousin a laptop, and then we Publix. I proceeded to get a lot of White Castles
That's cool.
and M&M ice cream sandwiches and these sweet tart root. Taco Bell. And it's like a 3-hour nap.
Wide in the middle for the leader, trying to work his way through traffic.
Cool.
And I think that was Painter in the pits. That cannot be good. Might have had a loose wheel on that pit stop. A lot of guys hoping for a yellow now to try to cycle back around. Yep, it was Painter and Stout on scheduled stops. They're going to come right out in front of the leader. Getting kind of frantic here, and we're not even halfway. Oh, yes we are. We're just past halfway. I know how to count. I know how numbers work.
I know what I'm gonna put on my bed top for the hammer down race on Tuesday.
A giant middle finger.
Fuck
I
hammer
wish.
down.
Yeah, fuck them though. Dog, them bitches.
Hey,
they're
John.
Fucking... Dog, I finished second in the first
Hello.
stage, and it points for it. They
Really?
said I wasn't even top 10. So I'm like, I'm literally fucking second. I'm like right there. Like, how the fuck do you miss that?
Dude,
Yeah.
get pissy with him?
Well, I said, I just went in their chat and I just said I finished second in the first stage. And then like, one of the admins was like, hey, we can review this, and nothing's changed, and it's been like almost a week.
It's really
Like,
hard to go back and look at a replay or a lap chart and go, oh, yeah, no, we fucked that up.
I mean, I don't really anticipate to make, you know, a big difference, but I mean, if it does, I'd like it to be done
And
so
if
we
can't
know.
get that right, what makes us think anything else is right?
Right. What if this is a playoff race? I could really use those 9 points. I'm putting the Dano's space bottles on the truck.
Doug, what you doing, man?
Nothing.
You know, you've just reminded me of a website that I wonder if it still exists. I wonder if Dano's skin site still exists. They had a bunch of cars for DTR2 in 2003, I think a couple for NASCAR Sim Racing. I wonder if that website's still around.
I'm not sure that site even existed 6 years ago.
You know, it was on Free Webs, wasn't it?
Dog, how long you be on tonight?
A couple hours.
Cool. Maybe we could kill tonight.
Want to kill right now?
Y'all want to hunt right now?
Do we want to hunt?
Oh, these are really sour.
Are you talking about the Sour Patch Kids?
These sweet tart ropes.
Ah. I always found that. I'm trying to think how to phrase this, but in my experience, like the normal sweet tarts always just reminded me of a Tums more than a candy.
Also, I don't know if it's a hammer down or not, or if we really care, because we probably don't really care, but making my spoiler blue.
So let's see. We're
Because
gonna
that's
have
what the playoff trucks do.
we're gonna have restart zones this week, right?
I think so, yeah. We'll have it this week, but not next week.
You guys see Zach Wilson?
What do you do?
I did.
Happened,
Ziggy's
Doug?
continuing to lead. I don't think Chauncey's working his way through the field much. Well, no, he's picked up a few.
Can't
He's
tell
only
you.
up to 11.
Okay.
Half the field is tail end of the lead lap right now. It's kind of gotten a little goofy without these yellows have fallen. And Dave Daniels has moved up into second, punching the stage.
Zach, you might
100 laps
understand
to
this.
go.
I watched this episode today, and it was kind of like that.
Aha. Yes. AC's mom's got it going on.
When did that song come out?
Like probably 2001 or something.
I believe it's 2004, actually.
That sounds about right.
Oh, damn,
Nope.
2003.
Yeah, we all wrong. But it's like, same fucking
What
Yeah.
year was it?
2003.
Yeah.
Racing paint.
Spaghetti underneath. So Chauncey Redmond Jr.
Try
has
upload
worked
one without the
himself back into
numbers.
the top 10.
Because that would look really fucking stupid.
The Jets have totally transformed that franchise under Joe Douglas.
Wow, my Johnny Sauter CMR truck is quite popular. You can look at a picture of the rendering of it, you can look at the actual truck, and you can look at my iRacing version of the truck, and they're all different.
Well, that's
So-
great.
Well, because we make the rendering of it, and then we vinyl it, and it doesn't actually come out perfect, and then sometimes it's like really fucking off. That's why when I'm painting, I'm just like, that's close. Zoom way out, looks good to me.
Well, as heck, all the logos on the passenger side are upside down. That's close enough.
Nah, you can still read them. Read it just fine when we flip down the backstretch.
You'll read it just fine when we spin into the second chicane and hit a sausage curve.
Yeah, and the whole door flies off.
I wonder where that door ended up. No, I was reading, apparently stealing the DRS activation sign is not the worst thing fans did at the Red Bull Ring today. Apparently there were some allegations of sexual assaults. So, that's great. Oh, Zach, you gonna tell JB about what you told Miller? Or
Yes.
or do we think JB didn't even watch the race?
Well, dog, they kept cutting the fucking the Dawsonville pool room, and they were like, Chase Elliott, Chase Elliott, Chase Elliott. But Tim started it, and I ran with it, and I put in our group chat with Miller and Spears. I feel like I'm watching Muslim terrorists shooting off AKs with a British journalist in the background every time when they cut to Dawsonville.
Yeah, it was just weird how they wanted to make Chase a hero, and it's like, I mean, I don't know if that
I'm incredibly confused.
I don't know if that move was pure villain at the end, but it certainly wasn't a hero move. I mean, we'll just ask JB. JB, do heroes wreck Corey LaJoy?
Heroes do that?
Yeah, would you describe that as a heroic act?
No.
Alright.
Did they actually say it was heroic?
They were building it up
Probably.
like this great heroic move. I don't think they used the term heroic, but they were acting like he was the hero of the story for running Corey LaJoy into the fence and wrecking him to win. It's like, okay.
Oh, Chase Elliott, the hometown hero, murders a man.
On
Wins.
Fifth Avenue. Oh.
Why did it upload wrong paint? Want an explanation? Want an explanation when these fucking gnats are gonna get out of my house? Poured a bunch of shit down my drain and plug over both sides, so...
Okay, so you know what I've discovered works really good at catching gnats? You know those like sticky window clean decals that people put on their windows?
Yeah.
Those are amazingly good at catching gnats.
Huh.
Also, I think there's some like non-chemical products you can buy that are also pretty good. What was the one? I keep seeing an ad for one, like Zibo or something.
Okay. Now we got the right one.
So Redmond is slowly working his way back up through this field, trying to march to the front and make a show of it as Ziggy continues to lead. There's another spot knocked off the list as he goes around John Cheeseman into 6th. Troy Torgerson, the next target.
I appreciate how iRacing up the logo for Nashville Superspeedway in like the menu, but not on the track.
Yeah, they've done that with a lot of tracks.
They did that with Dover.
They've done that with Gateway for a while. I mean, I still don't think they've fully updated Gateway, but it's gotten, I think, a little bit of texture work.
It hasn't been touched since it was released.
I thought they updated the wall logos.
They might have updated the wall logos, but like the inside wall logos are still all faded,
Oh,
like
yeah.
nobody's raced there in 20 years.
Yeah. And I'm still waiting for my modern version of North Wilkesboro, you sons of bitches.
Yes. That
And where-
modified from Rockingham. That's not what I want.
And where's the most port oval?
Yeah. August.
It is upsetting to me. We've only got, what, 2 Canadian tracks on iRacing?
Yeah.
Like, we really could stand to have some of their, you know, some more of their road courses, and certainly some of the old ones. Like, it'd be cool to have Mont Tremblant, it'd be cool to have, you know, the Toronto Street Circuit. It'd be cool to have other Canadian tracks that I'm sure exist.
Casa.
Well, I mean, they do have other short tracks that exist. It'd be nice if they could get in and scan Chicasa before something happens to it that is probably not going to be good.
Or it gets Myrtle Beached.
No kidding. Fucking, let's put basketballs on the track and then bulldoze and put up a housing development. And I've just given up. I don't think we're going to get Rockingham, UK at this point.
No.
Which is a shame, because that would have been a fun oddball race to have.
Man, I don't know if they changed the setup or it's the weather or what, but I feel like this track's fucking flying now.
What, Nashville?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is really a thing, but it feels like, at least on iRacing, concrete tracks get very weather dependent, whereas the asphalt tracks aren't so much.
I always hated concrete tracks in 2003. Cloudy, cold Dover.
I never really noticed much of a difference. Concrete versus asphalt with weather in 2003 or N4. It didn't seem to much matter. Well, Redman's gotten stalled out now because there's 5 cars in front of him. And the gaps ahead are opening up. And Cheeseman's back to his inside. Now, I can also only really think of like a handful of tracks in 2003 that I just never liked. You know, like Kentucky. Fucking hated that track, and I still do.
I just liked it because we had a good setup.
Oh, you know what track was god-awful? Oh, we've got a car around in turn 2. Brian Lowe has been spun, and the yellow will come back out. I don't think you were even there for that race. JB, did you get to run the modified race at Louisiana?
Oh god, I know of it. The YouTube video.
Oh, he just got a little bit of contact from the 59 and then just went around. That was weird. I wouldn't have thought that would have spun a car out. It was a fairly unraceable track, to be honest with you.
I mean, look at the rest of the shit that Michael put on that schedule. From Atlanta.
Yeah, those modified schedules got dumb. Sometimes, like, I feel like the first season was okay, and then they got really, really dumb. Daytona, Talladega, like, what are we doing?
We ran Vancouver in his N4 series.
Yeah, I begged him to swap that out for Toronto because Toronto was far more raceable than Vancouver.
I think it's probably the only time I've ever driven Vancouver in anything.
That version of Vancouver, like they ran, IndyCar ran 2 different layouts there. That was the worst layout they had. The other layout was better. Bunch of takers to pit road under this caution.
Starts to push after about 5 or 6 laps when all the goods run out of it.
Yeah, that's about what I would expect. I think Chauncey Redmond Jr. stayed out on this caution, so that might cycle him forward.
I left the stock setup alone. I just went about 3 or 4% on the brake bias. It definitely seems to rotate in well with setting.
Well, Chauncey Redmond Jr. is going to cycle back to the leader now. We're going to get a restart with like 70-something to go.
Best lap was a 30.2. I've lost about half a second. I've just started lap 9. Really getting tight now.
How many sets of tires are we going to get for that one?
2.
Yeah, it's definitely...
67 laps, I think. 20, 40, and 27. Or 20, 20, 27.
Yeah, then that's definitely
Something
going
like
to be
that.
save a set of tires for the end of, like, just don't take tires at the end of the first stage, take them at the end of the second, and have a set if you need them. Because you can do a decent amount of passing there if you've got fresh tires and everybody else is running good off of theirs. Because they just won't carry any speed through the corner, you'll kill them down the straightaway more than anything else.
Yeah, but after last week, I don't know.
Yeah,
Last week, I think I'd have been fine if I didn't have to fix all that damage because I lost all my traction when I did that.
Yeah, we never did get the caution we were expecting in that race. But that race just was more green than we expected. We could probably judge that at National though. If we get, you know, a couple of cautions in the first stage and like, yeah, absolutely don't take the tires. It's kind of gonna really depend on who shows up. There are certain guys, if they're in the field, I know we're gonna get that caution.
Well, I think if we get a fearless field and stage 1 runs green all the way, I'm going to come in and get 4.
Yeah, I still might be tempted to save them. It's what, a 20-something lap stage? Yeah, it's sort of going to depend where I'm at.
2020.
Green,
well,
green.
The thing to keep in mind, too, I mean, we're points racing now, so you just want all the points you can get. So, I mean, if you can get it to where, like, you win both stages, that's 20 points in the bag. You're really not going to sweat, you know, finishing 6th or something.
4, why did you cuss it? Jeez. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the Renee said was what, like Nashville, we got what?
Nashville, Mosport, Dover, Bristol, or Bristol, Dover, Las Vegas.
We've got a lot of concrete tracks left, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
I don't like running Bristol and Dover back to back. It's like the same freaking track.
I don't like running Bristol and iRacing like at all. I just don't.
That's going to be a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
That's going to be one where, like, if the engine's still running, I'm not going to take my fast repair. Because I know I'm just going to destroy the truck again.
I just hope that all the guys run at Mosport the same way they run at Mid-Ohio, because then we can have some fun. It was...
That'll be a race. That'll be a race where I think me are going to walk away with it. We'll just have to play it smart.
Not trip over each other between turn 2 and turn 3 and kill one of us?
Not be Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you saw how far ahead I was in qualifying at Mid-Ohio, right?
Yes.
Like, a full second. I don't know where that came from because I didn't have that pace in practice. Like, in practice it looked like I might have a bit more competition. But come the race, the only way anybody got around me was Daniel Plant short pitted in stage 2 and then stayed out. and then immediately spun at the keyhole on the restart.
Yeah, I'm not even really thinking about that race, but I know that's going to be our plan.
That's the only race I'm actually in any way looking forward to. Nashville might be okay. Bristol, I know I'm not gonna have fun with. Dover, I have no idea what that'll be. Vegas could be okay. I ran pretty well at Kansas, so Vegas I might be all right. Vegas, I'm certainly pulling the Kansas strategy back out.
What's that?
Have tires for a pit stop in the third stage.
Yeah. I'm just about to lap 20, and I want to come in and put. I'm gonna put 2 on.
Sean
Think.
Jr.'s gotten
See how it
back to
does.
the lead through the cycle of pit stops now. Painter's a lap down.
Check the tire wear.
Yeah, she really needs a yellow to get back in this. He might get
Check fuel,
a lot
too.
more yellow in this race than in the heats.
I wish we had like
Oh, were you-
changing time of day sessions for this shit.
Yeah, were you running with the right amount of fuel in it?
You can't adjust fuel.
I thought you couldn't test them.
No.
Well,
Otherwise, I would definitely do that.
yeah, because that's going to make a huge difference in how the truck handles.
Yeah.
And in how much tire wear, because you're not moving as much mass.
Probably about a 30-pound difference. I wouldn't worry about it too much. These trucks are 3,500 pounds.
How many gallons of fuel does the cell hold? It's what, like...
18.
Yeah, and we only get half of it?
Yeah, like 9.4.
That's probably closer to 60 pounds.
Oh, well, yeah, because one full fuel can...
I'm
A
assuming...
full fuel can weighs 90 pounds, and empty it weighs 45.
And I'm saying that just assuming that race fuel weighs about the same as 100 low lead.
I mean, we're just running E85
I like
ethanol.
that, Doug.
What, Connor?
Yeah, for it would.
You could put what we run in your car if it's a flex fuel engine.
No, I'm not putting corn water in my car if I can avoid it. I want my car to work.
Alright, so 20 lap run on tires. I lost just over a second in pace. I got, if I started at 9.4, I'd have about 2.5 gallons left.
So we can probably run just longer than the first 2 stages on fuel.
I mean, if we had a whole lot of caution, you're going to have to come get fuel in the stages.
No, what I'm saying is you can run a little bit more than what the stage length is. For each of the first 2 stages, not combined.
You should be good. You should be good to run the third stage without pitting. I'm pretty sure it's 67 laps.
Well, Gunk's having to fight the 19 as a lap down, so that's going to help.
Check tires. 87, 95 left, 95, 97. 95, 97 left, 87 and 95 right. I came in and put 2 lefts on. We're going to see if that does anything, and it already feels like it didn't really do a whole lot, maybe a little bit. I think that's a decent strategy too if you're coming in for fuel. I don't know, because you're not going to fill it, so you're not going to really need... 2 tires by itself took 7 seconds.
He's going to work on Redmond here, trying to get a lap back. Oh, nearly contact between the 59 and the 19.
I gained no time by putting lefts on. So that's...
We'll write that down in the notes. Don't take lefts only.
I mean, if you need time, if coming in for fuel and all you got's lefts, and fuck it, throw them on.
Yeah, it'll really help you when you're driving around in reverse after getting spun.
Well, I'm sure if you spin and melt your tires off and put lefts on, it do make some kind of difference. Just the lefts don't wear. Yeah, this thing's a dump truck.
I have an important question to ask all of you.
I would get sweet and sour chicken and a large fried rice.
Yes.
No, I don't think Chauncey Redmond Jr. is going to hold on to win this race with Picasso.
Do you think John Hussey's going to make the field?
Can you ask a fucking question?
Yeah. What's your
Man, this thing gets really loose when I cut the apron, but there's no paint, so I don't know what could be causing that.
Weight transfer.
What are you racing, Zach?
What?
What are you racing, sir?
I'm just...
He doesn't race anything.
No. Yeah,
Here
dude.
comes Tony Gunk.
I'm doing sim time at Nashville. I'm in here with my crew chief, myself.
Is that Sim Lab?
No, this is where Hammered On is at this week, first race playoffs.
Oh, that's the Slide Job Scott League, right?
Yeah, where we're counting down the days till it's over.
Are you in the playoffs?
Oh yeah, dude. I after wrecking the first race and missing the second race, I pretty much raced my way from 30th to 3rd in the standings in like 7 races.
Gunk and Redmond side by side for the lead. Here comes Tony Gunk.
Tony, my finishes this year in that league were crashed, provisional, 3rd, crashed, 1st, crashed, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, crashed, or something like that. Basically, when I haven't wrecked, I've been top 3.
I mean, based on what I've seen, that sounds about right, because you're always up front.
Yeah.
Alright, I have a question to ask all of you. Do you prefer snuff, beer, cigarettes, or cereal?
Cereal.
Is this a list of, like... Oh, Chauncey Redmond Jr. is getting the hook. Almost goes around on the front stretch. Tony,
Oh, okay, he's good.
I'll be honest, Tony. I find 3 of those things disgusting. Think 2 of them should be illegal. I'm gonna have to go with beer.
All right, Brad, you're on the clock.
For what?
Would you rather have snuff, beer, cereal, or cigarettes?
Cereal, dude.
Oh, Tony, I have a question for you, dude.
Yes.
What the hell happened last night?
I was off my game, and that cost us 2 wins.
Chauncey Redmond Jr. fading back.
Speaking of Chauncey Redmond, we need to get him some help out there.
Yeah, like, he was motherfucking bad.
I think
And
taking
we have
2
a
weeks
caution.
off took some rust onto the field.
JT Armstrong.
Don't invite
going
your cousin
smoke down the
again.
back
Oh, the rewind! Let's go!
That was under yellow, Tony.
All the more impressive.
So let's see. Why was this car blowing smoke? He was really slow off at the corner. Gets sideswiped. And Broderick ass packs him, and into the wall we go. 4-car cram jam into turn 1.
Larry Van Buren made the field?
He sure did.
Oh no, the points leader.
You know who nearly missed the field? Adam Beresford.
Oh, the guy that wins every race when he doesn't crash like Zach.
So
Get crashed.
he only made the feature
Oh,
because he was the fastest qualifying of the top 20 that didn't make it in from the heats. He was actually the only top 20 that didn't make it in from their heat. So, yeah. He almost got knocked out because Ziggy almost ended up 17th in his heat. But then Trey pitted on the white flag lap and moved over the other spot. I don't know what they were doing here.
So this was like me doing the Nashville duels where you could miss it.
Yeah, so what it was 2 heats, even and odd numbers in points, and then I had a couple people down near the bottom I had to swap around just because, you know, there's some non-entrants that were down there. So 27 in each. Top 16 make it, and then one from the... if anybody from the top 20 didn't make it in that way, the fastest qualifier of the top 20 would get in that way. If none of the top 20 got in, that would be the fastest qualifying time that was knocked out. But fortunately, I didn't have to go to that. So Tony Gunk leads under caution. Don't you like our caution lights and flags here in Canada, Tony?
I'm gonna say the wrong thing here. I mean, they're just caution lights and flags. Like, I don't know why being in Canada makes a difference.
Oh, you don't see something that's slightly different with them?
No.
What color are they,
Is there
Tony?
a Canadian flag in the stands?
What color are they?
The flags?
Yeah, the caution lights and the caution flag.
Red?
Red?
That would be red.
That is not red, Tony.
What is it?
It's orange. Because we're in Canada, and their flags are orange, not yellow.
Dog.
In what universe are their flags orange?
Have you watched the CFL before? The flags in the CFL are orange, so I made the caution flags orange for Jukasa because I thought it was funny. Alright, double up for the restart. Tony Gunk is your leader with 26 to go.
Dog, did you see that one?
And JT is out of the race. That is our 3rd retirement.
This isn't the Waffle House Dale Jr. talks about.
Pace cars in, and we are green.
Shame iRacing doesn't have a brake lever for the trucks.
A what?
A brake lever.
What does that do?
Changes how the brake bias is distributed in the truck system. There's a lever that's on the usually driver's left or right. It's real small, and there's usually 5 different positions, and it'll change the brake pressure going to the front or rear depending on how the lines are calibrated, and even they can even like shut the right front brake off or something.
Yeah.
Changes handling on top of the bias knob that we're used to.
It'll be a bop. The new white.
JB, do you like beer, snuff, cigarettes, or cereal?
Cereal. ETC to be exact.
Bet you Kevin would be like, oh, I like the snuff.
I was going to say the only person on here that wasn't going to answer beer or cereal was Kevin.
And he probably answer beer.
I like snuff. It reminds me of Benny Parsons and Harry Gant.
You know what it
And how
reminds
Benny
me
died
of?
of cancer.
Yeah, mouth tumors.
I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor.
I'm trying to remember, has Tony Gunk won a race this season?
If he goes Ergon Devin, we gonna throw your ass on our shit.
Tony Gunk is a rookie. Rookies don't win the Bonanza series. It's too competitive.
Oh, Tony, you know what I discovered? the town immediately north of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. You know what that town is called? The town is called Bonanza.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll have to come up next season when we race Atlanta. Yeah, I don't think Tony Gunk has won this season, but he might be
Please,
getting
for the
ready to win
love
here.
of all that is good and holy, run the old Atlanta. Not 1996 Atlanta.
Do you remember how running previous Atlanta went for us earlier in the season? It was a clusterfuck.
That was your own fault for running arcade, Tim.
That wasn't arcade.
It's your own fault for not testing the track.
I did test it.
Try again.
Yeah, apparently, well, what I did discover was that occasionally I'd notice I'm testing with the qualifying AI set, and the qualifying AI set sometimes doesn't run the same problems because the field gets a little more spread out. Speaking of the field, here comes Brandon Rains for the lead.
Come on, veteran, showing the rookie who's boss at Canada.
A couple of light blue and dark blue Chevy Monte Carlos at the front here at Jukasa. Having a duel in Canada. But I think Gunk's going to hold him off for at least another lap. Dylan Luthley is in third, starting to close in on him.
Had some really good races
A little bit
lately.
of contact. Yeah, this has been pretty good. The heats were a little boring, at least at the front, but for the transfer spot weren't bad. And Reigns has made the pass.
JB, would you be content with I was going to say a crew chief change, a head coach change for next season?
Who's our head coach right now?
Rex Ryan.
Damn. You got a coaching staff pulled up right now?
I can do that, yeah.
Go ahead and pull that shit up, bitch. Let me write this shit down so I know.
I think Pepper Johnson's our defensive coordinator.
Tim, would you like to get one in at Suzuka tomorrow?
I don't know if this is.
We'll probably be able to do that.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to skip Red Bull. Too bad, 'cause that's a track I have, but the excuse is to buy more tracks.
I have Rex Ryan as the head coach, Chad Pennington as the offensive, Pepper Johnson as the defensive, and James Jr. as special team. Don't know his first name. Pepper?
Oh, so Tony, Alex and I did a super late race. There was a guy in there named Colby Crisp.
Colby Crisp.
And we couldn't decide. I think that's a cheesy snack cracker, but not many laps to go, but he's staying with Reigns. I don't know if he's going to get another chance at him, though, especially not if Rod Weston stuffs it up the inside. And Luthley's sitting in the wings if something happens up here at the front of the field. Chauncey Redmond Jr. is faded to fourth. 10 laps to go this time around.
There's only 15 non-dirt truck or fantasy tracks that I don't own.
All right, what are they? Let's see. I'm gonna guess the Nordschleife.
Yes.
Zolder.
Yes.
Snetterton.
Yes.
Uh,
I'm gonna give you Suzuka since I already told you I don't own that.
Let's see. Do you have the Hungaro ring?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, I will here in a week or two, but not right now.
Do you have Imola?
Nope.
Okay. You don't have Le Mans either, do you?
No.
Do you have VIR?
Nope.
Let's see.
Track should be free.
There's been a rumor floating around they're gonna make it for you. I don't know if they will. Let's see. So how many are we up to now?
I don't know, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, it looks like Reigns is pulling away. I'm trying to think of tracks we might not have. I know there's something stupid obvious that you wouldn't have that's not coming to me. You don't have Sandown.
Nope.
Do you have Bathurst?
Nope.
Okay, there we go. Like, I'm trying to think of parts of the world that you just wouldn't be buying tracks for. Do you have Interlagos?
Yes.
Okay, so you got that one.
Yeah, I bought Interlagos a while ago. It's a classic road circuit.
You don't have Knock Hill, do you?
No. There's a couple really notable ones that I don't have.
I feel like there's probably an oval I haven't thought of that you don't have.
Nope, I have every
You have all
oval.
the
That's
ovals,
not
okay.
iRacing Super Speedway. I don't count that. That's not a real track.
3 laps to go. Reigns is stretching it out. But he is going to catch some traffic before the end, but he's got a pretty good lead. I think he's got this. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of like the oddball tracks that you would probably not have. I know you have Hockenheim because we've raced that. Do you have Barcelona?
No.
Oh, Zach, how could you not have Barcelona?
White flag in the air. One more lap for Brandon Reigns to win the Pinty's 250. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. Okay, thanks for that. I'm still streaming. Checkered flag in the air. Brandon Reigns will win the Pinty's 250. Tony Gunk
Yay.
will come home second. Third place, Dylan Luthley, and Chauncey Redmond Jr. is going to hold on for fourth. Troy Torgerson comes home fifth. Philip Parker sixth. Seventh, John Cheeseman. Eighth, Bobby Farrell. Nate Moorhead ninth. Ziggy comes home in 10th.
The dream was me and you.
Ooh. Chauncey Redmond Jr. back in the top 10 in points.
I
He
want
led
all
a
the
lot of
world
this
to
race.
see.
He probably should have won, but it just didn't come together for him.
Brandon Reigns won at Martinsville, Greenville, Pickens, and Jusaka. Short track master.
Picasa.
It's Jukasa. You spelled it and said it wrong now.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
No.
Bars,
You
bars,
just made
bars,
me hate
bars.
everything about you, sir.
I hate everything about you.
Okay, what other tracks does Zach not have? What else wouldn't he have?
He doesn't have Ducasa.
Do you?
Well, that's not on the
let's see.
sim.
You've got Zandvoort because we raced that.
Correct.
You haven't bought Fuji.
No, I bought
Did you?
Fuji.
No, you bought Fuji. Okay.
Yeah, I ran it without you. Cause like, I can't get enough
Wait a
practice.
minute. Wait a minute. Do you have the? I thought you didn't
Sorry.
have the LA Coliseum.
I do have the LA Coliseum.
Oh, okay. You don't have Mount Washington, do you?
I don't really count that.
That was one of the oddballs I couldn't think of that I was gonna pull up. I know you've got Philippe Island. Do you have Road Atlanta?
Yeah, I got the roads.
Okay. The Ben roads?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have Winton either, do you? I was like trying to remember the name of that track. It's like, I know we have another down under track that
No.
he doesn't have. I think I've now hit them all.
No, there's a couple you're still missing.
Well, then they're not very obvious to me, or I think we've raced there and we haven't.
There's two that I haven't raced at that I don't own, that I don't have, and one of them, they're both notable tracks. At least one of them I know Tony is a big fan of.
Rockingham.
We raced
you dumb?
Rockingham.
Last week.
Oh, yeah.
I bought that shit like 10 years ago.
Let's see, what?
Westboro Speedway.
Home of the Westboro Baptist Speedway.
Bro.
New Hampshire.
He said he has all the
you're-
ovals.
Laguna Seca.
That's yeah. He doesn't have Laguna Seca. Fuck off.
Oh, Oh, Alton Park.
Alton
That was
Park
made
is
free, dude.
free.
And I think I
so-
bought it before
So
it
is
became
Oran
free.
Park too.
Brands Hatch.
Yeah, there it is.
You know, I didn't.
Oh.
I totally thought we had raced Brands Hatch.
What's the other one that I don't own? Like right next to it in the alphabet?
Oh, Barber. That's right.
Yeah.
Do you not own them just kind of random, or you just don't like them?
He hates
I
tracks.
just
He
haven't
hates tracks that
had a
start with a
reason.
B.
No reason to run them.
Yeah, I've just never run a series that uses them. But of course, you know, I don't run series that use them because then I don't have the track or whatever.
All right, we're almost ready to take a look at our current point standings. Here we are,
All right,
current
let's
point
see.
standings. Let's see, any big changes? Chauncey Redmond Jr. up 5 spots.
Show me Chauncey Redmond Jr.'s last events.
Hang on. Ow, mother of God! I just slammed my elbow into something. I haven't uploaded that file, so let me upload it for you.
Why is the transparent Halo a setup thing and not a graphics option?
Or a driver.
That's why I crashed this morning to the transparent screen.
Is that an option in the
Run
IndyCar?
with that? Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I've
been
never
an
thought.
option. Where the
I've never
fuck have
thought
you
to
been?
try it in the IndyCar. Okay, you
You
want
dumb?
to see Chauncey Redmond's last few races. Here are all of his results. He has been 4th, 27th, 11th, 28th, 35th. It's not been a good string of races for him, but Jukasa might be the rebound. He was okay at Daytona, I guess, but
I mean, he's been good the whole year. It's a matter of whether he gets in the wreck or not, or something happens.
yeah, he had a
Right,
string
I'm now
of-
the proud new owner of Suzuka.
So let's see. So
I am the prime minister now.
Jesus. Bobby Farrell up 2.
Nice.
Dwight York lost 2. Brian Lowe lost 2. Adam Beresford down 3. John Cheeseman
Fortunately, I
up
know the track
3.
pretty well from all my years of running the Formula One video games.
Stephen Lowe lost 1. Ron Stout lost 1. Nate Moorhead drops to 20th. Reno Jackson up to 21st. Doug Spark lost 3 because he didn't make the show. Trey Larkin lost 3 because he didn't make the show either. So nobody in or out of the top 20. It's pretty close. Well, let's see. Is it close? No. Like, Nate has 198 points to Reno. Like, the top 20 are pretty safe. And next week, we go to Myrtle Beach.
R.I.P. the beach.
Yeah, apparently we're just doing a string of dead racetracks, I guess. Because we
Did
got...
F1 run at Suzuka last year?
Oh, you want to kill?
I thought they did. Oh yeah, so we got Myrtle Beach, then Lucas Oil, and then, my God, Kevin's favorite race.
Michigan?
Berlin.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Then Milwaukee. Then Gateway.
I'm hoping-
the Glen.
I'm hoping there's cars that go over the non-wall area and just float.
Are you telling me that you want me to make sure the AI specifically crash on the backstretch? I can do that.
No,